Hello everybody. Today we're going to be looking at some B-Site smokes and mollies for the new Vertigo B-Site. Obviously it used to be that there was an HVAC system here and you'd throw smoke to the left and to the right and then you get a nice sort of smoke wall, but the close HVAC has been removed and this one's way too close to CT to get those smokes down in time. So the new smoke wall that I'm going to show you has one smoke landing here, one smoke that lands there, and one smoke that lands there. As you can see, a nice little smoke wall. Should allow you to plant as long as you throw the proper supporting Molotovs and the such like. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you learn something. So, what we're going to start with is the Molotovs. Now, the first one is going to be a Molotov for this sort of new corner that you can be in. You can sort of tuck away in here, peek if you want. You can sort of tuck down here, watch this, or you can kind of just be a nuisance general. This one's super easy. Just get into this back corner here. Line up with the top of this little place right there, and then it's just a run throw. And it's pretty simple. It gets all the way to the right, gets all the way to the back and to the front. Pretty good Molotov, just to throw as you're running up. Pretty quick to line up and everything. So that's a great one. I'm going to be showing two more. So one of them is going to land here, and the other one is going to land right back here, and it's also going to spread to default. Obviously, well, it's not doing it right now, but the lineup does. So get into this corner. For the one that goes behind the concrete, just aim right in the middle of this line here. Just aim right in the middle of it. Something like that. It's very easy. It'll land right on top of the concrete. And then for the second one, get into this corner, the same corner. So I guess you have to choose which one to throw. I would personally throw the one behind default, but that's up to you. And what you're going to do is you're going to line up with the stairs, where the stairs line up with the railing. You're just going to line up there. Somewhere around here is fine. And it'll land right here. It'll get somebody behind the I-beam. It'll get anybody, I guess this is triple, it'll get anybody at triple. And in general, just a pretty cool little Molotov. Those two, probably really useful in pugs, when people don't know their lineup so much, just to drive people out of common positions. And then the last one, I know this looks sketchy, but you can do it pretty easily without falling off the map. Just get into this corner, and then aim sort of at the bottom of the longer post here, lined up with the tip of the shorter one. So something like this. You're going to be aiming somewhere like this. It's better to aim just slightly lower rather than slightly higher. And then, there we go. Pretty good Molotov. It'll get somebody behind this double I-beam here. Spreads pretty far. Very nice. Again, get into this corner. Just aim below sort of this area here. It's not really all that hard. So then, I also showed you that smoke wall before. The lineups for that are pretty easy, except for one. So the first one is just you're going to go here. Of course, you have to shoot out the skylights. And then while still crouching, you're going to aim sort of here. So like you can do a rectangle or something like that. Just a little bit to the left, here in this corner. It's a pretty loose lineup, pretty forgiving. And then you can just jump throw. And this is the one that'll land to the left over here. Now, the second smoke wall, what I recommend you do is you line up with this corner of this box right here. And then you keep on moving forward until you drop off of this pallet. And then line up with this little black line. So I'm holding S right now, As you can see, I'm not moving all that much. I'm holding S. This is what you want. You want to be stuck on this pallet, and you want to line up with this black line. What you're going to do now is you're going to find this short little line here, and you're going to follow it up and just a little bit to the right, something like this. And you're going to aim right on the rim of this window, and it's just a jump throw. No crouching required. This one is kind of just going to land in the middle of the site, kind of like that. Pair it with this one. Pretty good little smoke wall. And then finally, there's one that goes here. What you want to do for this one is just, as you're walking up, sort of just hug the wall here. You can aim in the center of this little shape. There's no exact lineup, but what you can do is use this little V here to help you line it up. Not really necessary. Just aim it in the middle of this thing. It'll bounce off those default boxes, and it'll land on the ramp. So you couple that one with the two that I showed earlier, one that goes here, and one that goes here. You can see it creates a really nice smoke wall. As you're going on site, I'd recommend just like throwing a molly there, doing something like that. It'll be really great for your retakes. So some of you might be worried that the Molotov that goes towards default will actually get in the way of some of the smoke wall smokes. So if I do like this, you might be worried that this Molotov will get in the way of this leftmost smoke wall smoke. So if you're going to be doing those two at the same time, what you want to do is it's going to be the exact same lineup, but instead of a crouching jump throw, you're just going to jump throw normally. So I'm going to throw that Molotov and do a normal jump throw. As you can see, it does extinguish it, but it also works just fine with the other smokes. The last tip is just a quick flashbang that I like to use. What you're going to do is you're going to line up sort of closer to the left end, well, this end of this little arch. Just aim here and throw the flashbang. It's not like a pop flash or anything, but I don't find this one used all that often. And most of that's probably because it's a little bit of a weird lineup, like if I'm too far back or something. Well, it obviously works. But if I'm too far back, it'll bounce off of that. Or if I aim at the wrong spot, you know, doesn't quite work. So just sort of line up here towards the front, aim there. Pretty easy. And then does that. Pretty good flash there. You can throw it a couple times. It'll pretty much land behind your teammates. Like even if I'm all the way back here, it's not too bad. It doesn't blind you too bad. So you can throw them pretty good supporting flashbangs as you're pushing on. One final thing I wanted to say before I go is you can still do the jump here. It's a little bit harder, but it's actually easier this way. And you can even still do it with the AWP. So that's cool. I just wanted to mention that because they obviously lowered this section here. So that's it. Hope you learned something. Hope you enjoyed. And I guess I'll see you whenever Vertigo gets changed again in about 2 days. So see ya.